proud to broadcast high school athletics
online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media,
Banks, Oregon.
Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Co-op League volleyball contest between the host Banks Braves and the visiting Valley Catholic Valiants of Beaverton. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Co-op League volleyball contest between the visiting Valley Catholic Valiants of Beaverton and the home team Banks Braves. The OSAA requests that you model good sportsmanship by refraining from derogatory cheers, chants, or behavior towards students, coaches, officials, or other spectators. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct relating to race, gender, age, color, national origin, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion will not be tolerated. Such conduct may subject the violator to removal from the event and result in penalties assessed against your school. Any spectator removed from this event may be banned from attending future interscholastic events. Speak out if you see inappropriate behavior by immediately notifying event management staff. The OSAA and the Banks community are committed to a welcoming environment that promotes fair play and respect for all, and we expect the same from each of you here tonight. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Together, we can provide a safe and respectful environment for all. And speaking of officials, tonight's officials are Joyce Phillips and Jeremy Vandenborg. Now let's meet the players for both teams. First, for the visiting Valley Catholic Valiants, number 1, 5'7", senior middle blocker, Hannah Fred. Number 2, 5'8", freshman opposite hitter, Addie Emerson. Number 3, 5'4", senior libero, Kylie King. Number 4, 5'4", senior defensive specialist, Bella Monroe. Number 5, 5'9", junior opposite hitter, Abby Burnt. Number 6, 5'4", junior opposite hitter, defensive specialist, Sophia Ruers. Number 7, 5'6", senior defensive specialist, opposite hitter, Chloe O'Keefe. Number 9, 5'8", freshman middle blocker, outside hitter, JoJo Christensen. Number 10, 5'7", junior outside hitter, Fran Eisenhart. Number 12, 5'11", junior outside hitter, Naima Foster. Number 13, 6'2", senior middle blocker, Shreya Naidu. Number 14, 5'1", sophomore setter, Katia Blas Ariano. And number 15, 5'7", freshman setter, Peyton Rogers. The Valiants are coached by Becky Kemper and assisted by Kalani Escamilla. Now let's meet the players for tonight's home team, the Banks Braves. Number 1, junior setter, Taylor Van Aken. Number 2, setter, junior Haley Evans. Number 3, junior defensive specialist, Katie Raines. Number 4, sophomore outside hitter, Jocelyn Janicek. Number 5, senior defensive specialist, Riley Stanley. Number 6, senior outside hitter, Nia Johnson. Number 7, sophomore defensive specialist, Ava Bagra. Number 8, senior defensive specialist, Hayden Rockwell. Number 9, junior middle blocker, Alex Saunders. Number 10, junior middle blocker, Madison Walker. Number 11, junior outside hitter, Madison Bigsby. And number 13, defensive specialist, senior Sierra Jackson. The Braves are coached by Stephanie Wayne and assisted by Diana Herb. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem.
red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And we're back after performing our public address duties. Banks looking for their second straight win to start Co-op League play. Currently just 2 wins on the season over Warrenton and Astoria to open Co-op League play here at home on Tuesday night. Again, looking at the rosters for both teams, number 1, Hannah Fred, 5'7", senior middle blocker for the Valiants. Number 2, Addie Emerson, 5'8", freshman opposite hitter. Number 3, Kylie King, 5'4", senior, the libero. Number 4, Bella Monroe, 5'4", senior defensive specialist. Number 5, Abby Burnt, 5'9", junior opposite hitter. Number 6, Sophia Ruers, 5'4", junior opposite hitter, defensive specialist. Number 7, Chloe O'Keefe, 5'6", senior defensive specialist, opposite hitter. Number 9, JoJo Christensen, 5'8", freshman middle blocker, outside hitter. Number 10, Fran Eisenhart, 5'7", junior outside hitter. Number 12, Naima Foster, 5'11", junior outside hitter. Number 13, Shreya Naidu, a 6'2", senior middle blocker. Number 14, Katia Blas Ariano. And Braves unable to come up with the return off the first serve of the match from the serve from Kylie King for Valley Catholic. And return this time by Saunders, far side along the front row for the Braves. And very close, right down the line near side as we sit high above the north side of the bleachers on the visitors section. Student section in construction orange and yellow. Don't know if it's neon night or safety night or construction night. Braves get a point back after a return that skips off the top of the net, coming in for the Braves. Number 3, Katie Rains. 2-1 Valiants, early first set. Valiants come in as the number 2 team in all of 4A volleyball. Big rivalry, probably biggest rivalry for Banks in girls athletics. Been the top 2 teams for quite some time in 4A volleyball, but Banks has fallen off a little bit over the last couple of years. And again, Braves come up with a return from Taylor Van Aken, and we're tied at 2 early in the second set. Serve from Rains. Valley Catholic able to play it off the net. Jackson near side back row. Evans sets it near side to Van Aken. Over the top, finds the back line. And either got a touch or it was ruled in, and Banks actually has a slim 1-point lead over Valley Catholic, 3-2 in the first set. Serve from Rains is an ace. Ooh. Looked like it was going to be in. A couple of Valley Catholic players let it go, but it's ruled a little bit long, and so side out back to the Valiants, tied at 3 in the first set. The serve from Sophia. Sophia Ruers playing the libero tonight, not Kylie King. Evans sets it back across. Good volley between both teams. Braves are, Evans dives to the floor, far side to keep it alive, returned by Walker. Christensen. Eisenhart into the back row, popped up by Rains. Evans, this time to Van Aken. And misplayed by Chloe O'Keefe. And the Braves fans across the way hoping for the upset. Banks getting the lead back in the side out at 4-3. Bigsby to serve right, low block just outside the key. Dug out low by Valley Catholic, dumped over the top by Eisenhart. Off the net, Walker on the return. Diving to the floor late is Bigsby, and we're going to get an error on Valley Catholic. Braves a 5-3 lead early in the first set. Again, the serve from Bigsby, dug out by Brewers. And Valley Catholic can't come up with a return near side of the front row. Off the top of the net and comes up short, 6-3 Braves. Surprisingly with a 3-point lead early over the number 2 team in 4A volleyball. Returned by Christensen and just wide to the near side. Valley Catholic now trailing 7-3. We did not expect this would be a very long contest. The way Banks is just 2-7 on the year, but the 7-3 lead in the first set over the number 2 Valley Catholic Valiants. That time, the kill from JoJo Christensen along the front row, and the side out back to the Valiants. Blas Ariano from the step in just inside the left low block. Valley Catholic to the east end of the court to our left. Banks to the west end of the court down below. And Eisenhart dumps it over the top of Walker. Van Aken, Evans gives it back to Walker off the net. And Walker unable to come up with the return as it hits the top of the net, and Valley Catholic back-to-back points down 7-5 in the first set. The serve from Blas Ariano. Rockwell, I believe, is the libero tonight. They're Riley Stanley. And Valley Catholic within one at 7-6. The serve from Valley Catholic is dug out by Rains. Evans sets it near side to Johnson. Tipped. Valley Catholic recovers. Blas Ariano over the top. Attempting to go over the top of the block, Addie Emerson, but maybe a little bit of intimidation that time from the left side of the Braves front line, and the side out goes back to the Braves as Valley Catholic comes up short. Banks with an 8-6 lead. The serve from the Braves. Blas Ariano back sets to Christensen. Blocked! Oh, just wide down the near side. Nice effort, but not quite enough English on it. And Valley Catholic with an 8-7, or trailing 8-7. Back sets from Blas Ariano. This time Emerson wins the point as she gets it over the block of Johnson and Walker, who did set up a wall and make contact with the ball, but Braves were not able to recover defensively, and we're tied at 8. And after a short volley, the Braves return comes up short into the net. Valley Catholic with a 9-8 lead. And the serve from Christensen. Evans sets it to Walker. Tipped. Christensen comes up to get it out of the back row. Over the top, Emerson with the kill. Blocked at the net, but Van Aken dives far side. And Valley Catholic starting to create some separation here as we near the midway point of the first set. Valiants up 10-8. Serve from Christensen, dug out by Stanley, and diving to the floor, returns it, but wide to the far side. And it's a ace for Christensen. Valiants with an 11-8 lead. Popped up by Stanley, nearly goes off the speaker. Evans sets it far side to Walker. And Valley Catholic, too much power that time from Maddie Walker as they're unable to come up with the return side out back to the Banks Braves. Trailing 11-9 in the first set. Madison Walker, known her since about 5th grade when she was in the same class as my son. Over the top, Valley Catholic. Knew her as Maddie Walker growing up. Saunders, return far side by Kylie King, popped up by Stanley. Evans comes racing up near the net but can't pull it off, and back to a 3-point lead for the Valiants at 12-9. JoJo Christensen will serve from the center of the key. Back row dug out by Van Aken. Evans, center of the front row, back sets to Johnson. Comes up short, mistimed her jump. And Valley Catholic with a 13-9 lead. Serve from Christensen is long this time. Side out back to the Braves after the service error from the Valiants. Braves trailing 13-10. Bigsby will come out. Janasek, Saunders, and Evans across the front row. Van Aken with, I believe, Rockwell in the back, with Johnson serving for the Braves. Over the top, down the line, just wide to the near side. Braves with back-to-back points and will hold the serve, trailing 13-11. Serve from Nia Johnson. Back row popped up late by Christensen. Los Ariano back to Christensen off the net for the point in front of a diving Hayden Rockwell for the Braves. Side out back to Valley Catholic, leading 14-11. Peyton Rogers just inside the left of the key. Nia Johnson comes out, replaced by Sierra Jackson for defense for the Braves. And late decision is wise by Hayden Rockwell to let that go, and very close, but just misses by a couple of inches long. Side out back to the Braves, trailing 14-12. Short serve from Evans. Valley Catholic comes up to get it, and Saunders on the return into the back row, but Christensen recovers. Evans dumps it over behind her shoulder. Los Ariano. Christensen comes up to get it. Diving late as Evans. Would have been close, but side out back to the Valiants, leading 15-12. Kylie King serving for the Valiants. Evans sets it down the far side. Valiants recover over the top. Nice job by the Braves. Rockwell digs it out, but it comes up short underneath the bottom of the net. No chance to dig it out. And we have a timeout, Banks. Valley Catholic a 16-12 lead in the first set. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in 1 moment.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
And we're back following the Braves timeout. Valley Catholic a 16-12 lead. Braves had an early advantage on a couple of occasions, but battling the number 2 team in all of 4A volleyball. Short serve from Kylie King. Evans back sets to Saunders over the top of the net and over the top of the block attempt from Naidu. And the Braves get the side out, trailing 16-13. Katie Rains will serve from the center of the key to our right. Popped up by Brewers. Returned by Eisenhardt into the back row. Far back corner popped up by Rains to Evans. Over the top, Van Aken. Eisenhardt down the far side. Angled. Naidu partially blocked. Jackson to Evans. Returned by Van Aken. Probably should have let that one go, but Valley Catholic plays it again. Naidu into the back row, and we're going to get a technical error on the Braves. Valley Catholic back to a 4-point lead at 17-13. Braves coming off a little bit of a surprise sweep of Astoria, of Astoria at home on Tuesday night outside of Tillamook and Valley Catholic. If the league does get 3 teams in, Banks might have a chance at it despite just winning one contest coming in to league play. Valley Catholic with another point in an 18-13 lead. Serve from Brewers, popped up by Jackson. Evans far side. Walker, too much. Way too much as that goes down the far sideline. Far basketball sideline, and it's 19-13. Valiants starting to run away with it here in the first set. Serve from Brewers. Jackson. Walker can't keep it in play. And Valley Catholic starting to step it up now and look like the number 2 team in state that they are, 20-13. Brewers the serve. Returned by Rains. Ross Ariano to Christensen. Jackson pops it up. And it's going to be off the net. And it goes off the far side net stick, which is in line with the sidelines, and Valley Catholic with a 21-13 lead. Serve from Brewers is popped up by Rains. Walker into the net. 22-13 Valiants. Serve from Brewers. Walker to Evans, sets it across. Blas Ariano to King. Christensen on the return. Jackson and another player nearly collide in the back row, and then Evans dives late, trying to keep the ball in play near the back wall. And Valley Catholic just too much tonight, up 23-13 in the first set. The serve from Brewers. Evans punches it over near side. Christensen down the far side. Evans pops it up. Racing over to keep it off the net is Van Aken. Returned by Evans. Los Ariano to King. Back sets to Christensen. Too much. Right between Van Aken and Stanley, near back corner. And no height outside of Madison Walker for the Braves, and she's not, she is on the floor, but totally different team, obviously, than the one that won state in 2015 with Megan Bunn. And Ruers finally comes up short on set point in the first set. With Valley Catholic leading 24-13, now 24-14 as her serve does not make it across. Riley Stanley's serve. Dug out far side by Christensen. Blas Ariano gives it back to her. And way too much goes about nearly up to the ceiling off of the dig attempt. Valley Catholic comes from behind for a 25-14 first set victory to take a 1-0 lead. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back in just a moment. Katya? Okay. So is she Russian and Spanish, or?
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
And we're back for the start of the second set. Banks kept things close and actually had the lead on a couple of occasions in the first 10 points or so, but Valley Catholic too much power and too much size with the 6'2" Shreya Naidu, and Valley Catholic takes the first set 25-14. Just 2 losses in 11 matches this season, and one of those I think was to Sisters, the top team, and the other one to 6A Tualatin. Braves will serve first to start the second set after Valley Catholic, the visitors, served first to start the match. Rains will serve just inside the left of the key, skips off the tape and faking. Couldn't tell if that was on purpose or she forgot how many hits that was. She looked like she tried to fake it
and it bounced off the top of her head and came up short. Braves with the first point of the second set. Now Valley Catholic comes up short. Braves with an early 2-0. They're going to reverse the point and give it to the Valiants. Brewers, her serve right between Ava Bogroff and Katie Rains, and it's an ace for Valley Catholic, leading 2-1. Serve from Brewers. Walker to Evans, near side, back to Walker. Brewers nearly has it go off her face, but able to come up with the return. Eisenhardt that time way too long, and nearly sends that one into the Braves bench, and we're tied at 2. Serve from Madison Bigsby. And nice job by Valley Catholic scrambling defensively to get it across. Evans to Walker. Gets it past Chloe O'Keefe out of the center back row, diving late, and Banks again with an early 3-2 lead this time in the second set, down 1-0, 25-14. The serve from Bigsby. Blas Ariano. Eisenhardt over the top. Rains dives late, but can't get there, as I seem to have picked up a case of the hiccups at the wrong time, and we're tied at 3 in the second set. Kataya Blas Ariano. On the serve, and hitting error on the Braves, and Valley Catholic regains the lead at 4-3. Katia. Her serve, far side Van Aken. Evans sets it to Walker. Blocked by Christensen. Evans to Johnson over the top, tipped. And Valley Catholic so good defensively, scrambling, and Van Aken with the dig far side to Evans. Walker over the top. Christensen recovers far side and gets it back. Blocked again. Dug off the net by Van Aken. Evans punches it over. Blas Ariano to King. Christensen this time dug out by Stanley. And a couple of Braves players, Van Aken and Evans, nearly collide trying to pull it off the net, off the far side. And Valley Catholic with a 5-3 lead in the second set. Johnson down the near side. Blas Ariano recovers. And Valley Catholic gets the Braves defense off the net, and scrambling late to dive for it, coming up short. 6-3 Valley Catholic with the lead in the second set. And off the serve, Walker keeps it in play from out of bounds and gets the return. Valley Catholic. Blas Ariano dives late, coming up towards the net, and can't get there. Braves get the side out, trailing 6-4. Van Aken just inside the left low block, and returned by Valley Catholic off her serve. Van Aken keeps it alive, and Stanley and Rains nearly collide in the center of the back row on what would have been the third attempt, and a quick side out for the Braves, back to Valley Catholic with a 7-4 lead. Eisenhardt's serve is just is long, but I think it Braves thought it was long, and it actually was just inside the back row. And there's another ace for Eisenhart and Valley Catholic. Gaining control even earlier than they did last set, up 9-4 after Banks had an early 3-2 lead here in the second, and this one is way long, and the side out will go back to the Braves, 9-5, but need to put a run of points together to get back in this match. Walker gets the whistle for the go-ahead for the ace. Brewers let it go in the far back corner, and Braves with back-to-back points, trailing 9-6. Serve from Walker. Dug out by Eisenhart. Blas Ariano sets it. Back to number 5, Abby Burnt, who comes up with the return, and the Braves scramble defensively at the net. Side out back to Valley Catholic after the Braves had picked up 2 points off the serve from Addie Walker. And Valley Catholic with a 10-6 lead in the second. Serve from JoJo Christensen, back row. Off the net, Evans can't pull it off the bottom as it goes underneath, and Valley Catholic with an 11-6 lead, another point off serve. Christensen's serve goes way up into the bleachers behind the scorer's table, just below us to our left. Valley Catholic with a 12-6 lead on a 9-3 run. Serve that time returned by the Braves, dumped over the top by Hannah Fred in the match. Returned by Evans. King off the block from the Braves, returned by Nia Johnson down the near side, and a hitting error called on the Braves. 13-6 Valley Catholic in the second set. The serve from Christensen. Evans back sets down the far side. Eisenhart. Blas Ariano sets it across to Evans. To Johnson near side. Too wide. Aiming for the far back corner. 14-6 Valiants with an 8-point lead. The serve from Christensen. Rockwell to Evans, returned by Saunders into the back row, past a diving effort from Eisenhart, who gets her hand on it, but Valley Catholic still up a touchdown at 14-7. Again, no touchdowns tomorrow night, at least for the Banks Braves, as Rainier, their scheduled opponent for homecoming, was forced to cancel. We do not know why. Serve from Johnson, possibly COVID. Eisenhart dug out by Rockwell. Evans, Saunders down the far side. Ruers picks it up. Blas Ariano set across by Kylie King. Diving to the floor is Van Aken, returned by the Braves. Blas Ariano, Eisenhart coming out of the back row. And Van Aken let it go, thought it was going to be out, but it finds a home in the just inside the far back corner. And Valley Catholic with the side out back to an 8-point lead of 15-7. Peyton Rogers, 5'7" freshman setter. Back row late. Rockwell. Evans punches it over wide down the far side. 16-7 Valley Catholic, nearing a 10-point lead in the second set. And again, the Braves having issues, I think, communicating as the ball gets stuck near their own bench. 17-7, Valley Catholic with a 10-point lead, dominating the Braves in the second set. The serve from Rogers. Rockwell. Evans keeps it alive from the far side. Dug out by the Valiants. Blas Ariano dumped over the top. Oh, Evans, nice dive to come up with the return. King over the top. Van Aken. Evans sets it near side to Janasek. Ruers digs it out. Blas Ariano to Eisenhart. Popped up by Eisenhart. Popped up by Jackson. Returned by Evans for the Braves. Ruers. Blas Ariano sets up King. Dumps it over. There is Rockwell for the Braves. Evans to Janasek again. And Valley Catholic again. Diving to the floor. Good volley both teams. Blas Ariano on the return. And an incredible play at the net by Evans. And King down the far side. Dug out by Rockwell. Out of the back row, Jackson. Dug out by Eisenhart. Blas Ariano back to Eisenhart, back row. Dug out by Rockwell. Evans coming up to the net. Saunders. Blas Ariano to Ruers. Eisenhart again out of the back row. Diving to the floor. Oh, incredible play. Incredible point. Incredible play by both teams on a volley that lasted a good 5 or 10 minutes. Fans from both teams applauding the effort, and 18-7 Valley Catholic the lead, and a timeout by the Braves. Valley Catholic with an 18-7 lead. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this Terry Powell American Family Insurance timeout.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs.
Volley.
So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Valley Catholic with an 18-7 lead in the second set, but an incredible effort from the Braves on that last point. Volley seemed to go about 5 or 10 minutes. Peyton Rogers holding serve for the Valiants. Valley Catholic with a 1-0 lead, 25-14 in the first. The serve from Rogers. It goes off the face of Rockwell as she couldn't back up in time, and it's an ace for Valley Catholic, up 19-7. Serve from Rogers. Stanley to Jackson. Returned by Stanley. Fred. Far side King. Popped up by Janasek. And Jackson can't get there in time. And she does not look happy. Valley Catholic with a 20-7 lead in the second set. Serve from Rogers is off the net. Janasek digs it out. Set across by Evans, and hitting error on the Braves. 21-7. Valiants in the second set. This match may take an hour or less if Valley Catholic puts the Braves to bed quickly here. Evans goes off the near side net pole with her heel on the return. Valley Catholic gets it back across. Returned by the Braves. King over the top of the Braves block. Jackson to Janasek late. Evans on the return. King to Blas Ariano. Set across by Fred. Evans keeps it alive. And Saunders can't stay off the net. And the point will go to Valley Catholic, leading 22-7. Serve from Peyton Rogers is long. And the Braves get a point back, but still have not reached double digits as we get near the late, as we're in the late stages of the second set. The serve from Evans, back row Eisenhart, far side, over the top, dug out by Evans, and goes off of a speaker, a light support, I think. Valley Catholic returned by Ruers out of the back row. Stanley to Evans, center of the front row, off the block. Valley Catholic comes up with a return, and 23-8. Valiants in the second set. Kylie King's serve, far back corner. Van Aken and Stanley come together, but able to come up with the return. Too long that time from Sierra Jackson, and it's set point for the Valiants, 24-8 in the second set. Jump serve from Kylie King. Stanley to Evans, near side, Van Aken, and the Braves will extend it for at least one more point. Valley Catholic thought they had won the set and that it was going to go long, but side out back to the Braves trailing 24-9. We'll see if they can at least reach double digits in the second set. Saunders will come out. Katie Rains will serve for the Braves. Walker, Van Aken, and Janicek across the front. And the serve from Rains goes short into the top of the net. And Valley Catholic wins the second set as well, 25-9. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with what will most likely be the third and final set in just a moment.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
And we're back. Valley Catholic up 2-0, 25-14, 25-9. As we get ready for the third set, Valley Catholic will serve to start the set as they serve first to start the match. No football tomorrow night. Next football broadcast will be the start of league play at Astoria next Friday. Serve from Kylie King is dug out by the Braves. Evans blocked at the net. Jackson pops it up. Evans. And we're going to get an error on the Braves. Valley Catholic with the first point of the third set. Maybe this will be a good omen for the Braves, as Valley Catholic has won the first, or the Braves have won the first couple points the first two sets and lost both. The serve from Valley Catholic returned by Van Aken, popped up by Ruers. And Braves come down the far side, or down the near side, angling it beautifully opposite side, right to left. And we're tied at 1 in the third set. Katie Rains will serve for the Braves. Just inside the left low block, dug out by Blas Ariano, and way too long, nearly touched by Sierra Jackson, but Braves let it go and take the 2-1 lead in the third set. Serve from Katie Rains, dug out by King. Blas Ariano back to King. Back row to Rains. Evans punches out off the top of the net. And Valley Catholic scrambling. Eisenhart dives near the bleachers and nearly collided with the bottom of the bleachers with her forehead. Braves with a 3-1 lead. Serve from Rains. Ruers out of the back row. Far back corner. Eisenhart on the return. Jackson to Van Aken. Returned by Evans over the top, but Eisenhart recovers in place. Van Aken to Evans. Walker into the back row. Too much. Side out back to the Valiants. And I'm going to get a touch from Valley Catholic. So Braves will keep the serve and take away the side out to Valley Catholic. And now we're going to have a discussion on the call of a touch off the return from Madison Walker. I think the point will stand. Katie Rains will hold serve for the Braves, leading 4-1. Back row Ruers, that one goes into the bleachers. Braves with a 5-1 lead in the third set. Valley Catholic coming off of a home sweep against Seaside on Tuesday. King, Blas Ariano to Eisenhart far side, off the block, and it's going to go into the bleachers far side. 5-2, Valley Catholic with the side out. Brewers, taken out by Walker. Evans. And a hitting error on the Braves. Back-to-back points for Valley Catholic. Trailing 5-3 in the third set, up 2-0. 25-14, 25-9. Serve from Brewers is well short that time. Side out back to the Braves, leading 6-3. Jackson comes out. Johnson, Walker, and Van Aken across the front. Evans in the middle with Raines and Bigsby serving. King to Blas Ariano. Christensen far side. Too much for Madison Bigsby in the far near back corner. Valley Catholic gets the side out right back, trailing 6-4. Serve from Blas Ariano, coming up to get it at Stanley. Evans back sets to Johnson, over the top blocked. And diving late is Kylie King, and can't pull it off the floor. Side out back to the Braves, leading 7-4, only 9 points all of the second set. Short serve from Van Aken, returned by Valley Catholic. Evans dives, Johnson near side, back to Walker. King to Blas Ariano, back sets, off the block, Braves scramble. Returned by Raines out of the back row. Blas Ariano comes to Christensen this time. Dug out by Stanley. Returned by the Braves. Brewers. Blas Ariano again back sets, this time to Abby Burnt for the kill. 7-5. Side out back to the Valiants. The serve from Eisenhart. Van Aken returned. Blas Ariano to King over the top. Stanley digs it out and comes up with the return all in one. King comes up short into the net. Braves 8-5, back to a 3-point lead. In the third set, down 2-0 in the match. Raines will sit. Madison Walker to serve, left side. Brewers, Blas Ariano. Christensen out of the back row, too much for Madison Walker. I probably should have let that one go, and it's 8-6, side out to the Valiants. JoJo Christensen, and that one's going to be misplayed by Rockwell. 8-7. Do not want to let Valley Catholic go on a run on serve. They can take over this third set very quickly. Brave scramble, but it's returned by Evans. Eisenhart keeps it in play to Blas Ariano. Dumped over by Burnt. Van Aken. Returned by Saunders. Christensen comes up short into the net. Braves a 9-7 lead in the third set. Serve from Nia Johnson. Christensen, Blas Ariano. Back sets off the top of the net. Diving is Janicek, but goes off the bottom of the net and unable to keep it in play. And Valley Catholic back within a point at 9-8 with the side out. Peyton Rogers serving center the key to our left. Evans sets it up for Saunders on the return. Rogers Dumped over by Eisenhart. Evans sets up Janasek over the top. Blas Ariano to Ruers. Far side King blocked at the net by the Braves. Van Aken diving. And a couple of Braves players nearly collide at the net. And can't keep it in play as it goes into the bench. Braves have matched their point total from the second set, but Valley Catholic has come back to tie it at 9, up 2-0. Serve from Peyton Rogers. Rockwell to Evans. Saunders blocked at the net. King over the top, down the far side for the point. Coming over late was Rockwell, not in time, and Valley Catholic has gained the lead, I believe, not the first time, but a rare occasion here in the third set, up 10-9. Evans dumps it over. Ruers. And too much that time from Kylie King as it goes into the near back corner between Van Aken and Jackson. 11-9, Valley Catholic a 2-point lead. Evans to Saunders. Blas Ariano. Rogers back to Blas Ariano on the return. Saunders gets it across for the Braves. Past the diving effort from Brewers. Valley Catholic with an 11-10 lead, and good effort from the Braves to get the side out back, because you definitely do not want to see Valley Catholic get even just a crack or a hair of a lead, because they can quickly turn that into a mile. 11-10. Evans to Van Aken, back row, Eisenhart. Blas Ariano, Eisenhart coming up to get it. Jackson comes up with a huge dig out of the back row on the return. Kylie King wide to the near side, and the Braves have come back with back-to-back points to tie it at 11. Serve from Haley Evans is short. Ruers comes up to the center of the Hidden Valley side of the court, and it goes off of Rockwell, and Valley Catholic with the lead back and the side out at 12-11. The serve from Kylie King. Stanley to Evans, far side. Back sets to Saunders. Over the top. Valley Catholic unable to keep it off the net on the return, and the Braves have tied it again at 12. Have not scored more than 14 points in any set tonight. Well, it's 25-14 in the first and 25-9 in the second as Saunders comes out. Raines serving for the Braves, low, but dug out by Ruers. Blas Ariano to Eisenhart over the top. Raines digs it out. Evans dives in front of Walker, returned by Jackson. King, Blas Ariano sets it across for the point, and side out back to Valley Catholic, leading 13-12. Serve from Ruers. Jackson to Evans. Far side. Janasek comes up short into the net. 14-12 Valley Catholic as we near we're a little bit past the midway point of the third set. Serve from Ruers. Jackson. Near side. Evans. Beautiful dive a beautiful effort to keep it in play, but too much as it nearly goes into the student section far side, and Valley Catholic up 3, 15-12. And Stephanie Wayne may need a timeout. Brewers, Walker to Jackson, and unable to keep it off the net. 16-12 Valley Catholic, and does make the decision to call the timeout. Valley Catholic with a 4-point lead at 16-12. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
And we're back, just past the midway point of the third set. Timeout Banks, Valley Catholic with a 16-12 lead. Serve from Brewers is off the top of the net. Jackson playing in the near back corner and too far off the net. He can't come up to get it, and it's 17-12 Valley Catholic. Serve from Brewers. Walker near side to Evans. Back to Walker. Off the net for the point for the Braves. Side out back to Banks. 17-13. 1 point away from matching their highest point total of the night at 14. Jackson comes out. Stanley. Riley Stanley serving for the Braves. Her older sister Maddie, part of the 2015 state championship team. Maddie went on to play with Holy Names for at least a short while. Beautiful block by Maddie Walker, goes into the back row. Valley Catholic had come up towards the net. Back-to-back points for the Braves, now within 3 at 17-14. Serve from Stanley, back row King. Blas Ariano sets up Eisenhardt, too much. Side out back to Valley Catholic, 18-14. Blas Ariano, far side to Van Aken. And we're going to get net contact from Valley Catholic, 18-15. Serve from Van Aken is short, side out back to Valley Catholic. (19-15) lead for the Valiants. Eisenhardt, her serve. Stanley comes up diving to keep it in play, returned by Van Aken. And Stanley's return is wide to the far side. 20-15 Valiants in the third set. Eisenhardt serves Stanley, far side. Evans tips it over. Returned by the Valiants, too much. And 20-16. Braves within 4, getting this side out, but running out of time here in the third set, down 2-0. Serve from Maddie Walker. Brewers back corner for Valley Catholic. Returned by King off the block. Stanley. Evans to Johnson. Far side. Wide. Too much. 21-16 Valiants in the third set. Serve from JoJo Christensen. Rockwell to Evans. Saunders near side, popped up by Christensen. Lazariano back sets to Burnt, popped up by Rockwell, returned by Johnson for the Braves. Eisenhart bumped over by Blas Ariano. A couple of Braves players come together, and I think they're going to get too many hits on the Braves. 22-16. Better effort than the last set for sure, but Valley Catholic about to put this one to bed. Serve from Christensen. Rockwell to Evans. Johnson far side. Saunders comes up with the point that time as the return from Valley Catholic was lob across the net. 22-17. Johnson serve popped up by Ruers in the back row, returned by Eisenhart. Johnson gets it across. Burnt. And Evans with a swing and a miss. 23-17. Valley Catholic 2 points away from a 3-set sweep. Serve from Rogers is low, and it's just wide to the far side. 23-18, side out to the Braves. Serve from Haley Evans is short. Ruers. And Valley Catholic scrambling defensively off. Blazariano diving to the floor. He can't get out of the way in time. Back-to-back points for the Braves. 23-19. Serve from Evans. Christensen gets it back. Popped up by Jackson. Or Eisenhart, not Christensen. Eisenhart off the return from the Braves. Out of the back row, Saunders comes up. Evans to Van Aken near side, popped up by Eisenhart. Blas Ariano far side to King, blocked by the Braves. Ruers, Blas Ariano this time. King returns it. Saunders off the net. King over the top. Evans sets up Madison Bigsby far side, returned by Saunders. Popped up by Ruers, off the net. Blas Ariano makes an incredible play into the back row and just long. Very close, side out, or serve will stay with the Braves, trailing 23-20. Serve from Evans this time is long, and Valley Catholic with set point, but much better effort in the final set for the Braves to even get this close after not even reaching double digits in the second set. Serve from Valley Catholic, dug out by Jackson. Evans to Van Aken. Ruers pops it up in towards the back wall. Valley Catholic can't keep it in play. 24-21. Van Aken comes in. Saunders will come out. Or Katie Rains. Van Aken is already in. King. Azariano. And there's the match as Eisenhart comes up with the point down the far side. And Valley Catholic with the sweep, 25-14, 25-9, 25-21. Better effort for the Braves in the third set, but still come up short and fall in 3 sets. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast. Valley Catholic sweeps the Braves in 3 sets. No football tomorrow night. We'll keep you updated on Facebook on our next broadcast. I know there's some road volleyball matches coming up. We will be at Astoria next Friday for a 4:40 start, 5 o'clock kickoff for that contest, 4:40 for the pregame alongside Jonathan Lee. I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of